Okay, hello. How are you guys? Hope you guys are well. Weather's finding you good. Excuse my voice if it sounds a little scratchy. What I'm going to do today is you're going to frog with me. So I decided to make my daughter this gorgeous jacket, little vest, if you can see it, with the cute little buttons and whatnot. It's absolutely adorable. But I lost the other ball of yarn that goes with it. And this was a project that I started and I was really gung-ho about it, and then we ended up moving, and in the process it got put away. So this is one of my unfinished whips. Sorry if you guys can hear the noise outside. The garbage truck decided to come right now when I decided to film. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort of take out the sleeves. I have a little bit of the sleeve right here on this side. I started it, and then I actually got quite a bit far on this sleeve, but we're going to rip that all out, and we're just going to turn this into a vest. So that's what we're going to do today. Buttons have already been sewn on, so I am just going to be taking this out. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So, hopefully it's a little bit better for you guys to see. I'm just going to take this out. What projects are you guys working on right now that, well, lost the yarn or misplaced or whatnot? What I think I might do is, as I'm taking this out, I might start winding it too. I can use it for something else. Maybe I'll just set it aside. Maybe I'll wind it later. Use it in a scrap blanket, you know? That might be nice. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm going to go around the edges of it, probably in half double crochet. Let's see if I can get this all out. Oh, I did. That part was kind of okay. Sometimes you just have those projects where you have the yarn and you can figure out what to do with it later. Like I said, you can make a scrap blanket, you can make a scarf, you can make a wall hanging. This is beautiful yarn. So I'm going to set that aside. And you know, it's kind of interesting too, because I think this was, oh gosh, this was probably 3 years ago, to be perfectly honest. And you started to see some like, oh, mistakes you might have made or whatnot, and things you can fix, things you would have done differently. Very interesting to see the process. So I am going to take this whole thing out, this whole sleeve out, quite a bit, and then I'll meet you back. Hopefully you're frogging a project with me. This is quite an interesting project because it's every other row is a different ball of yarn. So that's what I'm doing. I'm almost done. Just a few more rows. Okay, so now I'm back and both of the arms are out, as you can see. Right to the front. You can see that arm is out, and when you slide over here, this arm is out as well. So now I gotta figure out what I want to do with that. All right. So both of these sleeves seem to end on the same color. So what I'm going to do is attach the opposite color. Actually, it's every other row, so I guess I can choose whatever color I want. I think I'm going to go with the darker purple and the white, that mixture. I think I'm going to do this one. And like I said, I have these just random strands because it was each row, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do with each row. And I'm just going to do a slip knot, and then I'm just going to attach it to my work. I'm going to attach it underneath the armpit right here. And just any ends that I have that are sticking out, I'm just going to weave those in. So, let's see. Attach that, slip knot, and then I'm just going to go directly back into that same hole with a half double crochet. And let me see. I'm just going to go all around and sort of count it out, just to kind of get an estimate of how many I have. Fit my needle wherever it can fit. I think that looks good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the ways around, half double crochet, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. This part I'm just going to speed up for those who know how to do a half double crochet already. If not, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube about it, and I might even do a separate video on that. But for this, we're just going to go through. Alright, so I've already tied off in that part. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of some of these little loose ends that didn't get hidden. Chop some of those off. Can't find my really sharp scissors. My daughter likes to use those ones. So I'm left with these ones. Here's another one. And then what I'll do is I'll just weave in some of these ends, these two ends. And that'll be it. For this side anyways. I think it came out pretty nice. Let me just flip it around. Nice little short cap sleeves right there. Came out really nice. I do apologize for the lighting right now. Normally it's stabilized, but for some reason today it is super duper cloudy and it's storming over here, and the lighting is like, my natural lighting is just not cooperating. So my apologies for that. Let me try to fix it. Okay, so I just went to go get my yarn needle. And let's weave in some of those ends. I like this one because it's got like a big eye on it. I believe this is the one that came with my Centro machine, so I like using this one. Just get it through there. And I'm just gonna weave it up and out and up and down. That one. So I actually decided to switch to this one because the square head on the Centro didn't quite want to like go through the yarn properly. So if you have a tendency to lose these things like I do, stick them in candles. It sounds funny, but that's what I do. I just stick them in a candle around the house, or a candle I'm not using, and it works so well for keeping up with them because you're not going to step on them, you're not going to find them in the carpet anywhere, and yeah, it will save you. And plus the candle's sort of visible too, so you're not going to lose them as easily. That one's pretty good. Move that one in a little bit more. Oh, here's another end, I see. So let me just do all these ends and odds and I'll be back. Okay, so I went through and I sort of straightened up those odds and ends that were bugging me. So it's starting to look much better. We got that side going on, and then now I'm going to start this side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go around for the sake of the video, not being too long. I'm just going to do 2 rows of half double crochet, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I'm just back at those last few stitches on that last sleeve. It's only when I start recording that everything wants to be noisy. I don't know if you guys are as particular as I am, but I can hear the cat licking and the toilet running and the garbage truck going past, so life is interesting, isn't it? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Make sure you leave in the comments what projects you're frogging, or if this sort of encouraged you or gave you a little push into frogging a project that you needed to do and finish it and create something different. A wonderful natural form of alchemy, if you think of it that way. So I just did my last few stitches, and I'm just going to join that there, and then chain, and then I'm going to cut my yarn. And pull that through. I'm going to weave this in. Another pull. And these are some of my empty strings, my leftover strings inside. So I just kind of go over them as much as possible. And then I'll just trim these as well. That way it looks super neat inside. There's nothing that gets hung up. And then let's just weave this piece in. Okay. I'll just kind of go in and out of these stitches right here. And then I'm going to go back this way, in and out. I really do not like weaving in stitches, but sometimes when you have a nice good needle, it definitely helps. I remember in the beginning, before I discovered these, when I was initially starting to crochet, I would do it with the crochet needle, and it was just, so irritating. But when I discovered these, it made it joyous and fun. So, get yourself a good needle, and it makes it a lot less tedious when you have to weave in your ends. Alright, so let's move the hook and the needle out of the way. And then I have just a little piece of yarn here I want to cut. Alright, perfect. Alright, that looks so nice. Oh my goodness, I think she's going to love this. She can wear a nice turtleneck underneath it if she wants. Anything she wants. So that's the way this sleeve looks. All nice and finished. That's with the 2 rows of half double crochet, and on this side as well with the 2 rows of half double crochet. So tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments, and then she can button this, and it came out really cute. Well, thank you guys for joining me while I frog this project. It's been a long time waiting, and try to get some more tutorials out to you guys. This was just a fun kind of crochet along and get something going, but it's definitely nice. And I think I'm going to do a picture at the final end, and thank you guys so much. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. I do put out different videos on how-tos. My channel is basically about mommy life and the extraordinary things that we do, and that includes our hobbies, our own interests, food, crochet, growing in your garden, language